Okay, my name is Larry Williams with Junkie Monkeys. I'm here with Bryce Hitchcock, the voice of Deuce from Final Fantasy Type Zero HD, and I'm just going to ask you a few questions about her role as Deuce.
Sounds good.
Okay, since your character plays a magical flute, what instrument do you play or would like to play?
I actually play quite a few instruments. Well, I sing, first of all, if you consider that to be an instrument. And then I play guitar, ukulele, and then some piano, and a tiny bit of violin. But I have a really long list of instruments I'd like to play. Um, I'd say one that I'd really like to learn to play at some point, although it'll probably be a little bit challenging, would be the cello. Because I love the way it sounds, and I feel like there's a place for cello in almost any song.
Yeah, I would like to play the piano myself.
Yeah, I think it's a great instrument.
Um, what traits do you admire from Deuce?
I think she's um, a really cool character because she's really polite and kind to everyone, and she's very sweet. But she also has like a passionate side to her, and when she wants to accomplish something and she sets her mind to it, then she gets it done. And I think that's really cool.
Nice. That's the type of traits I would like to have. I
Yes.
try to apply every single one of those to my life. Try to be nice to, like
Hmm.
whoever I meet.
Yeah.
Um, so, I looked throughout your Twitter, and you looks like you're a fan of Final Fantasy yourself.
Yeah.
What was your first Final Fantasy game you played?
Um, I think my first one, I actually kind of came into it late in the game. So I played it for quite a few years, but um, I think my first one was, I guess it was 13, which was a really recent one, but well, I guess it was 4 years ago now. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it's been a while since 13 came out,
Yeah.
so
But
you probably not remembering that.
yeah, but ever since I played that one, I started getting into more of the other games. I actually went back and played some of the older ones. But I have to say, one of my favorites is 10 because I like the storyline a lot, and the characters were all really interesting.
Oh yes, I love Final Fantasy X, especially the music in that one. The
Yeah,
story's wonderful,
yeah,
and yeah, I've
definitely.
been playing it recently actually.
Yeah, because they just came out with the remaster, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Um, let's see. Are there any other future projects you're currently working on?
Well, right now I've been working on music quite a bit recently. So I'm actually working on my first full album, which I'm really excited about because I've had these songs for a while, and I'm excited to kind of hear them um, come into their final form um, and to be able to share it with everyone. Um, so yeah, I'm really excited to see how it turns out, and it should be exciting.
Nice. I'm really looking forward to listening to it. Where can people find your music at?
Well, you can find it a few places. I'd say the best place to find my music is on my website, which is brycehitchcock.com. I also have a few cover songs and stuff up on YouTube and some music videos. I actually have two YouTube channels, which might make it a little confusing, but I have one that's mostly acoustic videos of just me playing cover songs or performing out, and that is the Bryce Hitchcock. And then my other YouTube channel is Lyrical New Music, and that's where you can find my professionally done music videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite piece of music you ever written?
I'd have to say my favorite music, my favorite song is Not So Perfect, and that one's not actually out yet. That's one of the ones that should be coming out on my new album, but I'm in love with that song, and everyone seems to have a really great response to it. So I'm excited to be able to actually share that with everyone when it comes out.
Nice. I I bet everyone's looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Um, was this your first video game project you worked on?
Yes, this was the first video game that I was able to do a voice on. I've done quite a few other voiceover projects, And I actually did quite a bit of dubbing, which helped a lot for this game because it is originally Japanese and we're doing the English version of it. Um, but I was really excited when I found out because video games have always been kind of a big part of my life. Um, so and whenever I started doing voiceover, it was something that I'd always wanted to do and to try, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, how was your approach for this project in the first place, or did you find out about it yourself?
My agent at the time, uh, they gave me an audition for the project, and uh, there's a lot of stuff that's under wraps because it is such a big franchise. But I actually happened to know that it was Final Fantasy because I've played the games before, and I was like, oh, this looks kind of familiar. So um, I did the audition, and then I guess a couple months later, they called and they said that I booked the part, and I was ridiculously excited. Um, but that's yeah, I guess that's basically it. It wasn't too long of a process, but it was fun. Yeah.
Well, according to your Twitter, it looks like you like to connect to your fans, and I saw that you actually went to a opening of the game at GameStop. How was that?
That was a lot of fun. GameStop's one of my favorite places, and it was cool because I was able to meet some of the fans of the franchise and actually interact with them, which was a lot of fun. When you're working on it and you worked on it for so long, it's nice to be able to actually see people who are able to. Um, it's nice to see the finishing product come out and actually see the people who are using it and looking at your stuff. And I think it's really cool that we're all able to share this thing together, even though we may not know each other like personally. We all have this kind of collective thing that binds us together, and I think that's really cool.
Yes, yes, I agree. That's the reason why I like to go to conventions.
Yeah.
Speaking of conventions, are you going to be at any?
I hope to be. I'm not sure at this moment, but um, I'll be sure to update my Twitter, which, if you don't know, is at Bryce Hitchcock, for anyone watching. Um, and I'll be sure to post any updates on there. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm sure people are going to be watching that.
Yes.
Um,
Like,
so how did you get into acting?
well, it's kind of funny. My mom was a costumer in Nashville, which is where I'm from, and I've just kind of was always around theater. And there was a play, and they needed like a bunch of kids for it, and they asked if I wanted to be in it. My mom was like, she probably won't want to because I was really shy, um, and kind of socially awkward. And so she wasn't thinking that I was going to be interested, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and try it anyway. And when I did it, I just fell in love with it. And from there, it just kind of grew into um, a job, I guess. I got an agent, and we went to Los Angeles, and I was there for quite a few years and worked on some different projects. Um, and the voiceover thing, I think I don't actually remember how I got specifically into voiceover. Um, I actually think because I do a lot of music projects in Nashville for different labels, for like children's projects and stuff like that. I sing on those kinds of things. I believe there's one where they needed someone to do voiceover, and they had me do it, and I enjoyed that too. So it all kind of just came together in some weird way.
Wow, that's good that things came together for you.
Yeah.
Um, what has been your favorite project to work on?
Actually, Final Fantasy, and I'm not just saying that because that's what we're talking about. Uh, Definitely a lot of fun, and I kind of it was one of the best projects I worked on because I got to work with so many great people, and it was just such an honor to be a part of it because I mean now I can forever say that I was in a Final Fantasy game. That's absolutely insane. Um, yeah, it's definitely my favorite to work on.
That's a huge accomplishment, I would say, since Final Fantasy is one of my favorite series.
Yeah.
So, are you currently playing to Final Fantasy Type Zero? I know that you're a busy woman, but
Yes, I am. I was actually out of town when the game first came out, so I wasn't able to get to my console, but I just got back and back home, so I'm able to play, and I'm actually having a lot of fun. Um, and again, I'm not just saying that because I was in it. It's a lot of fun to play, and it's interesting because it's really different from the other Final Fantasy games. But I think although it's different, it's a really fun experience. So
nice, nice. I really enjoyed myself playing this one.
yeah.
It is pretty different from other ones, especially since it came out some time ago in Japan, and now they decide to re-release it
Mhm.
here. Um, let's see. Who's your favorite character in Type Zero other than Deuce?
Other than Deus, oh gosh, I'm actually gonna say one of my favorites is Nine.
Hmm.
Kind of funny, and he is like a little bit abrasive, and I think I don't know, he's just kind of a fun character.
Okay. Um, so which character do you see yourself in the most?
I actually think that I'm really similar to my character Deuce. I feel like we share a lot of the same traits, and she plays a musical instrument like I do. Um, so it was funny because when I read her description, because when you get the audition, they give you like a short description and a little picture. And when I read her description, I was like, this is kind of eerily like me. Um, so yeah, I definitely think I'd relate to her the most.
Okay. Well, that's all the questions I have for you now. Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh yeah, thank you so much for having me on.
Oh,
This
no problem. You, hopefully, I see you in many more video games.
yes.
Well, that's it from us. Thank y'all for watching.